go below there. Today's Monday, April the 28th. It is 9:49. I don't remember the time of my last video, but it seems like it was the same time or thereabouts. It's been a 10-hour flight to Vancouver. And it wasn't the most comfortable, but it wasn't bad either. I survived. Probably got 4 hours sleep on a 10-hour flight. It's pretty good. A couple of meals. I couldn't figure out where to plug in the headphone jack, so I didn't watch any movies. Well, I watched a movie, but only read the subtitles. It's too shy to ask my neighbor, the girl that sat next to me. It's funny, you can sit next to someone for 10 hours and only exchange a few words. Vancouver's got a beautiful airport. One thing I notice about being in Canada is that there's so many different kinds of people here. I was talking to a guy from Colombia who lived in Alberta. And of course we have lots of Indians and Asians. And there's a black family in front of me. Well, I don't want to come back up here. That's where they make you take off your belt. One time I traveled with I was wearing a plastic belt. And I told her, I said, it's a plastic belt, I don't want to take it off. She said, no, you still have to take it off. These rules are arbitrary. They asked me as I was checking my luggage if I had any electronics in the checked luggage. I've only got one camera and one laptop. I said no, because it was fine all the way here. Not like it's a gun or a explosive device of any kind. So I feel a little tired. I still got a 5-hour flight ahead of me. It's the red eye. The red eye. I'm ready for the red eye. I've been getting ready for the red eye for the last 12 hours. So my last video I was talking about time travelers. I didn't explain that very well. But when you travel across time zones, it feels like you're a time traveler because you arrive, in this case, before I even left. I went and had a Japa dog, which is a local delicacy to Vancouver. It's a Japanese hot dog. Essentially a fancy hot dog. Cost me $12. And I was prompted to leave a 15% tip. It was 15% or higher, and then there's some special buttons if it was a custom tip. So they really get the tipping thing down to a fine art. I prefer the fashions in Taiwan. In Canada, everybody's wearing baseball caps and dark, heavy clothing. Of course, seeing people at the airport is not exactly seeing them at their best. fun to share a moment with people in the lineup for Starbucks or Tim Hortons. If you're in an airport and you want to talk to somebody, the question is, where are you headed? People love to tell you where they're going. I like to go to places that are so far away that you have to turn around and retrace your steps on the way back. I've been to some pretty remote places in my life. St. Pierre and Miquelon was one. It's in Bangladesh. I entered from the border near Calcutta, but I left through the top of the country. I had to walk out of the country along the old railway tracks. There's a story there, but I haven't got the energy to tell it to you at the moment. So I got back to Canada and put my SIM card in, and of course it didn't work. So I went to the app and got in line for a chat because there's no phone service. There's no service over the phone, I should say. And after waiting for a chat, you're next in line, it came on and said, your chat has been cancelled. So that's some good service. Excellent service there. Thank you very much. You should never make plans during a Canadian winter. Except if you're buying a car. That's a very good time to buy a car. Good time to buy a house too, because those two things you need, especially good ones during the winter. If you buy a car in the summer, you might be tempted to buy a convertible. When I say you shouldn't make plans, so what I mean is, like, don't make life-changing plans. Because it gets pretty dark and dreary, and it's hard to stay positive sometimes in a climate like this. A lot of Canadians don't know that. They've lived here their whole life, so they haven't seen the other side. The better side, I would say. 6 months in Taiwan can go back in a flash. 6 months in Canada, let's see how fast they go by. And you know I'm a very positive person, so I don't want to appear negative, and I don't want to be a bummer. It's actually kind of fun to wander around airports. I've been in this one for, I don't know, 3 hours so far? I was in the other one for longer. Traveling is about hanging around. That's all it is. Just one big hang around. We're hanging around in lots of different places. And I got my airport clothes on. I like to wear a short sleeve shirt, a long sleeve shirt, loose fitting cotton pants. Let's go down this travelator and then end the video. Because of all the videos I've made so far, this one's probably got the least amount of actual content. It's just me wandering around. But at least you get to see, you know, part of the Vancouver airport. It's kind of fun. I wonder what's going on with all these Goofies and Mickeys and Is that Donald or Daffy? Donald Duck. Walt Disney. Huh. You see a lot of people in Vancouver that you wouldn't see in Taiwan. Like one thing is guys with big bushy beards. I had a big bushy beard the first time I went to Taiwan, but it's just too hot. Okay, let's just go quickly and look at Mickey, and then we'll call it a day. Mickey's kind of spooky looking, don't you think? Not a fan of Mickey. Especially old Mickey. Alright, so I'm going to go sit around the departure lounge now. We're sitting around before the 5-hour flight, the red eye. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.